Because we hate Jeff Bezos' wealth, but we love his efficiency. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Harleigh, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my 10 sustainable home, lifestyle, beauty swaps that I've made in a bid to be a little bit more sustainable and environmentally friendly this year. If you love Planet Earth, hit the like button, subscribe, and together let's save the world. Disclaimer, I'm not perfect. I buy a lot of crap I don't need. I waste a lot of packaging returning clothes that I bought in duplicate sizing, but I'm trying, okay? A piece of pre-advice which overarches all of the following tips is to use up all the products that you have first before going out and buying anything new, no matter how sustainable it is. The point is to reduce your waste, so there's no point in going out and buying all these new sustainable, eco-friendly, non-single-use plastics if it just means you're going to throw away things that are perfectly good that you can use and finish first. Most of the products I'm going to talk about I will try and leave a link for in the description. However, none of those links will be Amazon links for a reason that we will talk about in a little while. So the first thing up is tea, loose leaf tea. This is a decision that I made actually a few months ago, and the reason is not the tea itself but tea bags. I saw this infographic on Instagram and I was just flabbergasted to discover how many microplastics there are in tea bags. I always thought that like the unbleached, you know, string with a little paper tag type tea bags were environmentally friendly because they're expensive enough to be, so why wouldn't they be? But apparently some of those are actually the worst ones. Those like silky type pyramid tea bags with the long tags and the little plasticated label are actually some of the worst, and those are actually some of the most expensive in supermarkets. So yeah, I don't know why they're expensive for being premium when premium doesn't mean good for us. I have stocked up my PG Tips Everyday Tea, which is my everyday tea of choice, PG Tips, and you can fight me on that. For the PG Tips loose leaf tea, and I just use a tea strainer. I have a few tea strainers because I drink a few cups of tea a day. I also have a teapot which has a tea strainer built in. Both of these methods make as equally a good a tea as you're used to from making a tea from a tea bag. If you watched my previous video on working from home, one of my tips was to take tea breaks and to kind of honour the ritual of tea. And personally, I think the tea strainer method actually enhances that. It gives you something to stand there and do. It gives you just a step in your tea making process to really enjoy the drink that you're making. PG Tips have actually recently launched biodegradable tea bags, and so have tea pigs, but when you read the small print it basically says that they are not suitable for a home composting environment and that you're supposed to like put them in with your food waste collection for your council. And I don't know about you, but I don't have that. My local council, I'm pretty sure, is putting the plastic recycling we do bother to do in the landfill anyway. So I think the safest thing to be like as conscious as you can here is to eliminate the tea bag altogether. Again, I'm not perfect. There are some teas that I still have in tea bag form, certain blends, certain flavors. Number 2 is cotton pads. I got rid of them. I don't use them anymore. I swapped them out for a pack of reusable, I think they're bamboo or cotton, bamboo cotton. One or the two, or two together. They're reusable face pads. I actually grabbed these on ASOS. I use them in exactly the same way as I always did, which was just really for skincare. Pump my toner straight onto them, use it, and then when I'm done, I just pop it into this little bag that comes with it. When the bag has maybe like 4 or 5 in it, or anytime I'm running a white load, I just stick the whole bag, tie a knot in it, in the wash. They come out clean as new. I haven't used face wipes since I was about 12 because they are terrible for your skin and also terrible for the environment. But I do also use cotton linen face cloths, which I've just accumulated over the years. They often come with balmy type cleansers, so that's a great alternative if you were trying to eliminate face wipes. You could use a micellar water and a cotton cloth like this. Number 3 is rechargeable batteries. This might be a little bit niche. I don't know when the last time generally people change batteries, but as a content creator I have mics and lights and remotes and things that require batteries. Everyone knows you're supposed to dispose of batteries in a particular way, but again, when things are quite difficult to do, i.e. collecting your batteries at home and then taking them to this special battery place, people don't really do them. When most batteries end up in landfill, unfortunately if they do, they actually release greenhouse gases and other chemicals as they degrade. That then contaminates our soil, the soil we grow our food in. It's just a vicious cycle of taking care of our environment to take care of ourselves. Number 4, a dish brush. So going from something that you want to hang on to for a really long time to something that you kind of can't. A dish brush and your washing up sponges are something that you have to replace quite often. I have now chosen to replace this single-use plastic style with a wooden or bamboo one. I actually picked this up in Home Sense for about £3.99, but I've since seen them in Aldi for about £2 and they sell them in lots of different places. Number 5, whilst we're at the sink, washing up liquid. I am currently in the waiting process of swapping out my washing up liquid. As I said, not just to throw away things that you have for the more sustainable alternatives. So I haven't actually used this product yet, but I have decided to switch to the EcoCover Washing Up Liquid. Avoiding single-use plastics, EcoCover bottles are all made from recycled plastic and are also fully recyclable. The bottles and products give plastic a second life. They are vegan, cruelty-free, and do not leave any harsh chemicals on your plates. Again, just like the batteries and the soil, the things that we're using, the microplastics that leak into our foods, that leak into our environments, that leak into our plates. I also picked up the EcoCover fabric conditioner, same story on the bottle and packaging here. Another cleaning product, number 6, I have chosen to use the SAF Refill System. I have been reading the SAF spray bottle in the bath for probably years. It's the same product that I used when I lived with my parents, and it's a product that I've opted to buy now for myself. And I've been reading the back of the bottle for literally years. They have this like ecosystem where you can buy the refill and fill it up with water and recreate the product without having to buy another bottle, all the small plastics that go into creating a nozzle and everything like that. I have already purchased this seemingly single-use plastic product. So instead of just throwing it away at the end of its intended single-use life, I am going to try and give this bottle another life by trying this ecosystem. Number 7 is a bit more of a tip than it is a swap, and that is around glass and glass jars. When I was organising my kitchen and I was getting my home edit on, my Marie Kondo on, there is a video on this channel if you haven't seen that. I really love the aesthetic of having, you know, all matching jars with cork lids, all that kind of stuff, but it's so expensive. Yes, the aesthetic is great, but you have to kind of think about why you're doing it. If you're going to still buy another glass jar that the herb comes in, to decant it into your other glass jar so that it matches your system, and then you have a glass jar with a plastic lid that you're ultimately just going to throw in the bin. Aesthetic is great, but if it's in my cupboard and it's to fit into a sustainable plan, then yes, I've got cashew nuts in old Biscoff jars, and I've got pickled onion in an old chutney jar, and that's fine. If it's something that you buy regularly, like tomato sauce or Biscoff, you do end up with a set. If you really want that tied together aesthetic, you can follow my labeling tip from that organisation video to, you know, bring it all together. Number 8, Amazon. Now this is a bit of a catch-22 because we hate Jeff Bezos' wealth, but we love his efficiency. I would like to use Amazon less, specifically when it comes to books. I am never in that much of a hurry to get a book. If a book is going to come in 3 to 5 days from another big chain, but a bookstore or Waterstones or Foyles or even an independent bookstore, I can be okay with that. But then I have a Kindle, which is an Amazon product. All in all, I can say I am not giving up Amazon. But I think I would like to make more conscious shopping decisions as a whole, not just environmentally, but also financially. Amazon is not always the cheapest alternative, but we buy it for the convenience that it will be there by the time we wake up the next day. Amazon packaging, albeit majority cardboard and paper, there's just so much of it. And then the onus is on you as a customer to be responsible for recycling the excessive amount that comes. Amazon and I are really gonna sit down and talk about our relationship, but I have a feeling there's going to be some boundaries in it in the coming year. Number 9, tote bags, El Clasico. Keep a thin folded tote bag, or scrumpled, however you like to keep them, in your handbag for, you know, just small things. It's so annoying to have like one thing that you just don't want to carry in your hand because you don't have a bag. Bigger proper shopping bags in the boot of your car or by the front door. That way when you're going shopping deliberately, you never forget. Number 10, drinks. Straws, coffee cups, coffee pods, coffee, plastic straws. We've all been those, right? I don't even think they're legally allowed to produce those anymore, so move on. Stainless steel straws are my jam. Again, glass straws have a way better aesthetic. However, I'm just scared I'm gonna crack it in my mouth. Coffee cups, another classic. We've been hearing about this for absolutely years, the damage that coffee cups and their plastic lids can do to the environment. I have 2, a glass Keep Cup branded one, and I have a collapsible Stojo one. I prefer the collapsible one because number 1, it's always folded in my bag. Well, it was when I used to go outside. It just takes up less space. Some bad environmental decisions we only make because we're not prepared. If that Stojo collapsible cup is in my bag, I will use it. However, trying to remember or, you know, factor in the size of a bag to carry around a glass Keep Cup just in case I want a coffee today might not be something that I'm actually going to do. Espresso is the only coffee machine and coffee system that I've ever actually used religiously, both at home and at work. It's the coffee machine that my mum has at home, and she does actually religiously recycle the pods into the Nespresso recycling scheme. However, I recently learned that despite having that scheme, Nespresso do use virgin aluminium for making the pods every single time. There are alternatives to this, however. Lots of brands make capsules that are suitable for Nespresso machines. So if you are a coffee machine person, consider using whichever scheme that the brand has to recycle the pods, or at least switch into a biodegradable and compostable alternative if the pods do ultimately end up in landfill. And the last thing about drinks and coffee itself is to try and buy the best quality that you can. And I know obviously this is a luxury for some people to be able to afford, you know, more premium coffee. I do not drink premium coffee, and sometimes I do feel bad that the pressure that the Western world has put on the production of things like coffee and chocolate mean a lower standard of working conditions for the farmers and production of it. It makes companies cut corners. The production of some of these products is very bad for the environment, leaking waste and chemicals into our beautiful planet. But, you know, this is just another kind of work in progress thing that we can do. And those are the 10-ish things that I'm trying to do to be a little bit more sustainable this year. Leave me a comment below with the things that you are trying to do to be a little bit nicer to our wonderful planet Earth. Maybe you are buying secondhand clothing, maybe you are selling secondhand clothing, meat-free Mondays, not buying plastic bottled water. There are so many small changes that you can make that collectively we can make a really big difference. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.